Alright, hey guys, Hrph here. Welcome to another episode of our Conan Exiles Age of Sorcery Chapter 3 playthrough here on the Isle of Siptah. Apologize for my voice today. I believe I am actually getting sick. We've had something running through the family, so my voice isn't great to start with, and add this on top of it, so I apologize. I sound extra raspy. So I spent a couple of hours since the last episode, just sort of grinding and playing with some things. So the group of us here, we took a trip and did our usual Temple of the Loon, Rabid Millie, Raven the Rubble sort of run, and then we went, up along the coast there to the camp that I like to try to grab thralls at, and we managed to get a couple, nothing earth-shattering, but we grabbed him, tamed him over there. We also grabbed, there was a baby Lacerda running around, so we grabbed that. But we got ourselves another blacksmith 3, and it is a lady, and an alchemist 3, which I believe is also a lady. So, oh, also, I figured this out. You can actually put 2 crates on top of each other. I did not know that. I figured since I could do the smaller, chests, I'd try this. And you have to line it up just right, but it does work. And as you can see, it's not perfect, but so that is going to get me, working on some enhanced storage here. So what I really was looking for, honestly, was a, I don't want to put you there, it was a carpenter. Because I need a couple of carpenters. So I'm going to put this other blacksmith 3 here on the tinker's bench, and this other alchemist that we grabbed we will throw, I believe it's a lady? Honestly can't remember. Yep, it is. Okay. So we get an alchemist 3, so they're going to help. So yeah, I figured out the boxes, and the other thing that I figured out, okay, related to the golems. You see that the golems are not here. Let's run up here quick. You know what? I need to get rid of that Lacerda, but I was lazy, and I have the baby tiger that we grabbed in here, or the jaguar cub. So I've actually got to raise these things. So I'll raise one of them before we go. Anyway, that aside, I'm distracted. What I read a couple of things about the golems and placing the golems, and there was one suggestion that just said place them anyway, it's just an error. That didn't work. I cannot place them. Oh, these guys are embroiled in battle. Oh, they're doing fine. I thought this might be an issue once in a while up here. Anyway. Okay. Good job, guys. So, what I did is I put 4 foundations right here. And I placed a carpet over each one. And I was able to place the 2 guardians. I had to have them follow me up here. And then I was able to place them. And they will now autonomously collect things for me. Let's check him out. So, they collect things pretty slow, but they're still going to collect things without me having to watch them. That's the key. The guy that was collecting wood for me, obviously I'm too far from wood where we were there, so I put them both here. Each one is near the resources that they're going to gather, and they're just going to do that for me until they die. So I'm going to I'll grab their stuff every so often. Okay, I'm going to try to raise this this jaguar cub, and so I can place a Lacerda in there, and we will be back. Today's goal, I think today, the goal for today, let me spit that out. The goal for today, I think, is going to be to try a couple more vaults. So I had forgotten when I was going over the list of vaults the other day. We had got this. What was it? This one right here? No, that's the gremlins. It's over here. I'm sorry, it's further over. So there's Harbor the Twice Drowned, and I was thinking about it, and I do remember there's one here. I think this is the Drowned, and then that's the Twice Drowned. So I know where a couple more are, and then we have a couple over to the east. So I thought maybe we could do the this one. We'll do the Harbor of the Drowned, and then we'll come up here, and maybe we'll check for you know, the T4 blacksmith here, and we'll just cruise up this river because I don't think I've ever followed it, and we'll try the other vault. So I will bring you guys back. All right, so we raised up the two critters that I had, and they both came out at normal. I just used the savory flesh, and they both came out as normal critters. But we got a little more base defense here. Man, that's pretty good dance you're doing. Alright, let's throw the jaguar down. Honestly, I don't even remember where I got this jaguar. It was so long ago. Probably got him up in the plains up there, but... yeah, I just don't even remember where I picked him up. He's been in that stables for... or the animal pen for so long, I've forgotten him. Okay, I'm going to put this savory flesh back, and we're going to go head towards one of the vaults, so we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we just knocked off this. We're just right around the corner from base. We just knocked off the, I don't know what you call them, the three-head giant, you know, Lacerda. I don't know what their actually proper name is. But I mentioned earlier that we did our 3, you know, Temple of the Loon and such, where we went through all those camps, and we did come up with a couple of things. So I ended up, I didn't record any of it, of course, but we ended up from one of the Akeets there, we probably killed, you know, 6 or 8 in the course, actually more than that, because there's, what, 2 at Rabid Millie's camp, and there's 3 or 4 at Temple of the Loon, and we did each one of those a couple times. So I picked up a Yakeeth spike, you know, which I've had before. They do drop it rarely, which is nice, because this does about, I don't know, double the damage that our Lemurian pike was doing. So it's, I think it's more than double, actually. So that, and we also picked up some a steel tasset for us. So we were wearing the fur. So we picked one up for me, and I repaired it, and weight reduced it. So our armor value is slightly higher. And with this giant Lacerda we just killed, we now have 5 keys. And I think we're probably going to run by, it's either another Lacerda or another, or one of the large crocodiles. So I think we're going to end up with another one as well. So I won't bother to bring you back for that, but we will end up with a 6th one at some point. So we'll be back when we get to the vault. Oh, okay. It looks like we got to swim here. So we ended up with where's Delencia? So we ended up with like 2,500, almost 2,600 glowing goop, and I'm just using I'm just using this iron sickle. So if I was actually using a good sickle, we would have got so much glowing goop. So alright, it looks like we gotta swim forward here. So I'm gonna see if I can find my way through here without drowning, and we'll pick you up for more highlights. Alright, we have opened the door to this last guy. So in this very last room, there are 2 wheels down on each side that you have to spin in order to open the last door. And we got this big glowy dude. So I'm gonna send my team in, and I'll see if I can't kill these little guys in the background for him. attack a little from behind. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll let the team do this one. He's really not hurting them too bad, which is fine, so... Come on, man. I want to help. So close. Hey, alright. So we got the big guy. Well, I doubt these guys are... I made the mistake early on of eating one of these seafood things, and of course, they're not cooked. They're raw. An Eldarium cache. I don't know what that is, but I'll take it. Should I chop this guy up? I don't know what we get. I've collected a couple of stacks of these. Oh, we got a bunch of scales of Dagon. Collected a couple of stacks of these devolve scales. We'll keep the demon blood. I don't need that. Or the bones. The horse is carrying... Decided to, since I was chopping these guys up, decided to keep a couple of stacks of... yeah, we don't need that. Of hide, because I've run into me just needing hide here and there at the base, so this way I won't run into that again. We'll have it. So we had 20 scales of Dagon from somebody earlier. And now we just added 22 from this guy. So that should be it. We should be free and clear to get the loot. I am going to play this orb here, but I won't make you watch it. You know, I never found a chest I needed to unlock in here. So I felt like I looked everywhere. But entirely possible that I missed something. Hardened, you know, I'll take hardened steel. Iron reinforcements, meh. Already carrying that. Eldarium. I'm not going to take the gold bars. Because I don't really want to go home. I want to try to hit another vault before we go home. So, let's see. Picked up drowned war paint, or twice drowned war paint already. Take that. Just don't need any of this stuff. That's a good amount of oil. Don't need any glowing goop for sure. And I think that's it. Yeah, all of this stuff isn't amazing. Alright, so the scrolls are in different places in this vault. So let's see what these teach us. Let's see, drowned armory. I just can't read it. My eyes are bad. Drowned vault armors. Let's check this other one again. Just so I understand what it was. Drowned armories and vault armories. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and watch this, and I think we're done in here, and I will pick you guys back up. I think, like I said, my plan is to kind of, I'm going to check this little camp, the unnamed camp here that has the possibility, supposedly, of, like a named blacksmith, I think, spawning. Short of that, we're going to run up the river here. And we're gonna, I know there's another vault here, the original drown, so we'll do the drown theme. Alright guys, we are making our way up along the river here, probably about halfway. And this is a thing, you know, I was in here briefly in my last playthrough, but I've never properly investigated that, so that might be something. I kind of remember there being skeletons in there. But it looks big and complexy, and, you know, maybe there's going to be bosses in there or something, but we'll have to check that out. later on in the series, so we will revisit this. Violet Isle. What is that? Oh, is that this thing in the middle? What's this about? Oh, this is deep. There's some kind of lotus. What kind of lotus is that? Actual Purple Lotus? Have I ever seen that before? I don't believe I have. Okay, so Violet Isle has an actual bunch of Purple Lotus. Got a handful of seeds and Purple Lotus flower. Got a couple hundred, and again, I'm using just an iron sickle. If I actually had a good sickle, probably could get a ton of this stuff. Okay, we're gonna make our way further up, and we'll bring you back at the vault. Alright, we have left a wake of Fishman destruction on the way to the entrance of the vault. I haven't seen much in the way of resources around here. But I didn't really explore the ridge. There's a lot of aloe. I don't think... You can't do anything with these fish eggs, right? Like, or whatever these are. It's gross. Yeah. So, yeah, this... I don't see a ton, but like I said, haven't explored. Alright, so this is not a vault I've ever been in. So I gotta figure it out. Looks like we gotta go diving. And since I don't know where to go, there is a likelihood I will die. But we'll give it a shot here. Looks like we gotta go through here. Looks like I'll catch my breath here. Yes. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Alright, I gotta try this again, I think. I saw this little nook up here, maybe? Oh, yeah, alright. Bad guys. Alrighty. Alright, so I see place giant fish egg. Apparently I've got to find 3 big fish eggs. I have not found any fish eggs, so it's got to have something to do with this mechanism. Opening some of these things, I have no idea. Well, I haven't figured out the fish egg thing yet, but we got a big loot chest. I think I need a key for this one. And the impaler. Okay, so apparently, I didn't realize it, but something I did lifted up these weights. This one is not moved, but I guess we only need to move one, because I can't budge this thing again, so no matter what I do. So it didn't really make a noise, like it didn't do anything, so I guess I gotta swim around in here and find 3 giant eggs. Here's one. Can I take this? And maybe this. guys are all dead. I didn't kill all these guys. Alright. Yay. Moving on. So this is honestly a really cool picture. I would love to use this for a thumbnail, but I can't. It's too dark. Who's this extra big dude? Oh, is this the boss? Alright, it looks like they killed the big guy. Another Eldarium cache. More Eldarium. Chop him up. Oh, the lighting is so terrible in here. So bad. So we had a few more of these dopes we had to take out. Two of them are guarding the final door. Okay. He's got nothing, and you nothing. All right. Let us plunder. That a star metal bar? Could honestly use that for my my choppy chop. You know what? I can carry that. I've had to use a few potions because Hrph has been a little careless. I don't super care about that stuff. Where are the scrolls in this one? Oh, there they are. Okay. So what do we got in these chests? I'll take drowned war paint. Some oil. Yeah, I just don't care about this stuff. I can carry that, I guess. It's just regular stuff that you shouldn't have to fight a vault to get. Take that. One of the guys is holding that already. So it looks like the two scrolls are over here. Drowned vault armors and drowned vault, drowned armors and vault armory. All right, so I'm gonna watch the little lore video, and we're gonna head out. So I'll pick you back up at home, and we'll summarize. Big bear show up. Well, I don't know what Janos got to, but at least. Oh, we almost lost the Jaguar. See how these guys are doing. Not bad. He's got 1,000. He's been doing a little bit of work. When I came up here, they were standing. I guess if I get too far away, they won't work. But I don't know where the other guy got to. They were both standing here. Where's Rockman? There he is over there. Let's see what you got, bro. Nice. You got about the same. Very nice. Keep collecting. He's following. Except he's not. Okay, well, I'm not concerned about Janos. He'll be fine. What did we end up with here? Let me check my inventory. So what are these Eldarium caches? You know what? Let's open these. See what we get. We just get some amount of decaying Eldarium. Really? You call that a cache? That was 3. 3! Okay, those were disappointing. We did end up with, what have we got, 122? So why don't we go throw that? I don't know that the Decaying Eldarium is good for anything on its own. I feel like the actual Eldarium is more useful. So let's get that cooking. Give us, what, 60 on top of the 48 we already have? Gets us over 100. What else am I holding? So we got these 2 sigils. What did I do with the other? I kind of want to make a chest and keep all these sigils. I know, you know, they give you a buff, each one. I think you can use them all at once, right? Let's throw them in here. I guess it doesn't actually tell you what they are. So I'll have to look them up. But I know they each give you a buff, and I think they stack. So you can have them all active at the same time. But if you die, they go away, or I guess they stay in effect until your character comes to a tragic end in some way. So maybe we'll figure that out at some point. Or it's one of those things we can just save them all and then go fight the judge, you know, or something like that. Alright, so I got a bunch of crap to put away, but we will figure out some next steps here for the next episode. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you find yourself enjoying what we do, if you're pulling for her, if you got some advice for me, do throw us a comment or a like. Consider subscribing if you haven't, as all these things do help out a small channel. And as always, I look forward to seeing everybody in the next one.